the youngest link of this.
The only thing I feel is tired. I don't know if you all remember when Lil Tay broke onto the scene and was calling us all kind of broke and all kind of worthless and all this stuff. And then we found out that her mom, I believe at the time she was working as a real estate agent, she ended up basically posing her daughter in homes that she was supposed to be showing to people, posing with clients' cars, and was basically flexing on all of us to talk about how she's rich and we're not and all this other stuff. And eventually her father took custody of her. If I remember correctly, she's half Chinese and half white. And he took custody for a while, shut everything down, and then she ended up back in custody with her mom, and then went back on the foolishness. I'm sure we all remember that everlastingly long, I think it was a TikTok live. Was it a TikTok live or Instagram live? One of those back in the day, that she went on this whole rant talking about her father and her stepmother mentally and physically abusing her. I'm not here to refute or deny that. Obviously I wasn't there, but it was on IG Live. Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at the TMZ article. It was in 2023, so it was 2 years ago that she had gone on IG Live and had complained about her father basically abusing her. So the reason I'm bringing up Lil Tay right now is because she has been on my feed on Twitter, and she's currently breaking the internet because she decided to release an OF account. And I don't know if we're allowed to say that word on here, but only cans, if we can think of the rhyme with cans. Yeah, that website. So she just turned 18, and that's what she's doing with herself. And part of me wants to be mad at her because I'm like, you didn't even try. You just turned 18. And I went through her TikToks and to see how she's been promoting it. A week before her birthday, she's been hinting at, oh, am I gonna drop the link? What should I drop the link? Let me know if I should drop the link, guys. She's been talking about it while she's still 17, hinting at people that she's probably gonna drop on OF. She finally drops on OF, and of course she makes sure to say that, oh yeah, the pics and stuff were taken at 12:01 a.m. So you want to milk it as quickly as possible. As soon as you turn 18, you're making content for people to consume. And then you're coming on here to flex on us because you made a million or so dollars on OF. And anyway, before I give my opinion, let's read some articles. Okay, so we're on that favorite website I love to hate, TMZ. So it says, Lil Tay claims over $1 million haul on OF within hours of joining. So this is written by TMZ staff, published today, August 4th at 1:12 p.m. So it says, Lil Tay just turned 18 and wasted no time diving into adulthood by launching an OF account. And she claims it shattered records within hours. Next slide. It says, the rapper says she pulled a whopping $1,024,298.09 in her first 3 hours on the platform, appearing to beat Bad Baby's record-setting debut, which earned $1,030,703.43 in 6 hours. And then, of course, she shows us where the total comes from. So majority is subscriptions, and then it's tips, and then messages. Okay, it says the move has sparked major backlash, with fans disturbed by the idea of a teen making adult content so soon after turning 18. But Tay insists she was inspired by SEX positive celebrities like Sydney Sweeney and Sabrina Carpenter, sharing it's all about empowerment, not exploitation. She's even referenced Sweeney's controversial new American Eagle ad campaign, which drew heat for over-sexualized, SE-actualized imagery and eyebrow-raising, quote-unquote, great genes tagline, some linked to eugenics, saying people need to quit the hate and learn to appreciate. Still, concerns are swirling over whether Tay may have uploaded content before she was legally of age, or whether she's truly 18 at all, given past speculation about her age. A source close to OF tells TMZ, OF is a strictly 18-plus platform, and all creators go through extensive identification checks before they are allowed to upload content to the platform. So behind me are some screenshots from Twitter. It's a little hard to read on here, so I'm just gonna throw it to my phone. So Marianne Sade, so right above my head, says, "Am I the only one who finds this extremely weird?" The one right below her is by Pete Smith. He says, "Anyone who organized this before she was 18, photographers, managers, parents, and other participants should be charged with exploitation." To the top right, you have Midas, who says, "They gotta arrest anyone who signed up for this ish." And then Chaz says, "That Lil Tay ish is so effing gross. I'm seeing people making the argument, she's 18, it doesn't matter. But if she dropped all that content at midnight on her birthday at best, she made it when she was 17. And that's without considering the fact that she said she was 14 a year back." Okay. Let me just pull up one tweet that I saw that it really kind of illustrated a point I really want to make on here. So hold on. Okay, so this is a tweet that I saw that kind of inspired me to make this video. First of all, in the bottom right corner, you have a picture of Lil Tay, and this is apparently a screenshot of her own OF account. And of course, so it says under it, "Freshly 18. Please don't tell my mom." And then it has these little weeaboo emojis with the big eyes and the fingers pointing together like those anime corns. And then she says, "My 18th birthday exclusives shot at 12:01 a.m. And then she has a picture of herself just posing at the bottom left. So Bunny, or I guess it's Tokime Kibunny, says, "I have several issues with the subgenre of quote-unquote barely legal content, but so far I haven't seen anyone else point out that it can take several days to set up an OF account and to go through the verification process. Launching minutes after 18 means that this was set up well in advance." Next slide. This was a pretty robust conversation, so I just want to read all of it. So Bunny continues and says, "I know within the industry there are a lot of hard feelings on barely legal content. I sometimes try to reserve my own judgments for people trying to survive, but when you're already affluent, this is just an industry tourism stunt that only serves to bring us more stigma." Rachel replies and says, "Y'all can't read or comprehend. It says quote-unquote shot at 12:01, not posted at 12:01. It's gross regardless, but there's a difference." Yeah, 2 minutes is is the difference. Bunny says, "That's not the point I'm making. If you actually read my post, I'm talking about the actual making of the account and the verification process. It could take several days to have your account approved, meaning it looks like it was set up, quote unquote, while she was still underage." Guardian McGordon says, "Oh yeah, obviously her life though." Bunny says, "That point becomes a little difficult to argue though when more than half of her life has been spent under control of management. Can it really be considered a fully autonomous choice when she has a team of people managing her?" Kyonko Hizara says, "I really feel like she wouldn't want to do this considering her past of being used for money multiple times, but here we are." I plan to take more time to talk, so maybe I'll stitch another one of her videos and talk about this. But it's interesting to me that every single time Lil Tay is with her mom, Lil Tay is pulling all kind of stunts on the internet and doing gimmicky things for money. And okay, yeah, you made $1 million in 3 hours, but the scale and the stakes are only going to go up from here. And I must say, I'm not a fan of this at all. But let me come back with a part 2.